Hello, my name's John and welcome to aset channel. In today's lesson I'm going to give you a few study tips, things to do to help you with your study learning English. So our first tip, study a little every day. Some people, once a week, they study very hard. They spend 2 hours working very hard studying a language, and that's a good thing. But if every day you can spend a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, practicing English, learning new vocabulary, listening to English, it's a very, very good thing. A little every day is better than a lot once a week. But if you can do both, if you have time, that's wonderful. So a few minutes every day, and then once a week, some serious study. So that's a very good way to study English or any other language. Another important thing is to write. You don't have to write a lot, but write a little. So if you learn a new word, so for example, let me think of a word. So maybe an adjective. Wonderful. Wonderful. Subarashi. Wonderful. If you're trying just to learn the word and remember the word by itself, it can be a little bit difficult. But if you write a few sentences for yourself and review those sentences, then you can remember the word much easier. Kyoto is wonderful. It's a beautiful city, it's fantastic. Kyoto is wonderful. So, don't just write down one word by itself. Write a sentence to help you remember it. Okay. Now, another good thing, I think, is to record yourself. So here, I have a little IC recorder, little Olympus IC recorder. These days IC recorders are very cheap and they're very easy to use and good quality. So when I take Japanese lessons, I always record myself. For two reasons. I can listen to myself and hear my mistakes, and I can also hear how I improve. But also I get a second chance to listen to my teacher's Japanese. So for the price of my lesson, I'm getting more value for money because I can listen to myself and listen to my teacher again. So if you have an IC recorder, please take it to class with you and record your lessons. Most professional teachers will let you record them. They want you to become better at speaking English, so they will let you use an IC recorder. But if you're studying with other students, please ask their permission first, because you'll be recording them as well. If you don't have an IC recorder, there's a good chance that you still do, because most smartphones these days have an IC recorder in them. So if you have a smartphone, probably you have an IC recorder. Even my phone here, my phone isn't a smartphone, mine's a stupid phone, it's a very old phone. But even this phone has a small IC recorder in it. So please try to record your lessons. And you can also practice at home and record yourself and listen to yourself and hear yourself improving. Okay, now another thing which I think is very useful, word cards. These are very cheap. You can go to the 100 yen store and buy 3 for 100 yen. Very easy to carry around. You can write new words. So here, aset. So maybe you know this word, maybe you don't. I'm learning this word in Japanese at the moment. I don't remember, but I can look on the other side and I can check, and it's sansei. So when I'm on the train, I can check. When I have free time, I can check. So buy some word cards and write down your new vocabulary, and whenever you get a chance, test yourself And soon those new words you will learn very quickly. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now another piece of advice. Watch films, or as my American friends say, watch movies. It's fun to watch movies. But don't worry if you don't understand everything that you're watching. It's very difficult to understand a movie. But if you can understand parts of the movie, that's good. And the more you watch movies, the more you will understand. And gradually you'll start learning vocabulary from the movies. And it's a fun thing to do. You could even watch the movie once in Japanese and then watch it again in English. And gradually you'll learn more words and more structures. So please do it. It's a fun way to study English. Instead of studying really hard, just sit back and relax and enjoy the English. Okay. Next tip. For many English teachers, when we first start a class, we ask something to our students. Something like, what's new? So we want to know our students' news, the things that's been happening in their lives. It's a way to start speaking in English in the class, to warm up. But often students have nothing to say. So on your way to class, think about what's new for you and how you can explain it to your teacher and to the other students, so you have something to say at the beginning of the class. If you have something to say at the beginning of the class, your confidence will become higher and you'll enjoy the class much more because you'll start the class in a very happy way. Now, my last point today is about homework. Some teachers give homework, other teachers don't give homework. But homework is really important. Even if your teacher doesn't give you any homework, do some homework. Think about what you studied that day and try to write a little bit about it or make some notes about it. Or think of some questions that you want to ask the teacher in the next lesson, so that you can clarify something that you studied. So clarify means to understand a little bit more, understand better. So always do a little bit of homework. Homework's really good. You don't have to spend a long time. A few minutes is better than nothing. So please do a little homework. So, two of you, study a little every day. If you study every day, your level of English will improve. When you learn new words, write down sentences. Don't just learn a word, learn one or two sentences connected to that word. Record yourself and record your lessons and listen to them. Listen to the good points that you have and the bad points that you have. Listen to your teacher again. Carry word cards with you. They're a great way to memorize words. On the way to class, think of something that you want to say in class. And always do some homework. Even if your teacher doesn't give you homework, do some homework. If you follow these tips, your English level will become much better. And if you're studying another language, again, that language level will become much better. So please try these tips. Thank you very much.